Hey friends, so today I'm going to compare 3 of my Bibles that I own. I have a lot of Bibles and it's a little bit embarrassing, but I'm going to show you my 3 favorites right now. Anyway, the first one I'm going to show you is my Journal the Word. It's the New King James large print Bible by Thomas Nelson. This one is the bonded leather and it has a really nice texture to it. This one I have customized. It's my first Bible that I've really put stickers in, and I've added these cute little pockets to put stuff in. I didn't even know that journaling Bibles existed until this January, and it's April. So I got this Bible in January. I started a new Bible reading plan. I've actually changed it since to a different Bible reading plan and started over in Genesis. And this is what it looks like so far. These are some of the pages that I've already journaled in. I really love this one because it is a large print Bible, and large print for a journaling Bible means this one is 10 point. It's not like a giant print, but it's very easy to read. And even though it's thicker than the Journal the Word regular print in New King James, this is quite a fat Bible. So I'm just going to show you some of the pages that I've journaled in already. Been through 2nd Chronicles, added Solomon's Temple, just learning all about all the different rises and falls of the kings, and I was really loving that study. Learned how to do tip-ins with washi tape, got me some new highlighters, and I've just been really enjoying this Bible. The paper it's not like super thick, but it's very kind of slinky feeling. I say it's good quality. You can see shadowing through it, but I don't mind that because it's not bleeding through, it's just shadowing through. I'm just doing it as in like whatever I highlight, I want my note to match the highlighted piece so that it's easy to see at a glance which note goes with which passage. That there's no real rhyme or reason to it other than that simple kind of color coding. I'm just not organized enough to do it any other type of color coding system. This is Esther. Queen Esther. Got this picture glued in because there was such a nice space here. In Job, I tried out tracing paper, and I got some transparent stickers that I've been playing with. What I really love about this Bible is just being able to have that space for notes finally, because in all my other Bibles, I haven't never had a Bible that had any kind of margin space actually until now. So I like knowing that I can just put my notes in here, and then every time I reread it later, I have my notes to remind me of what I learned. Because I found that when I was writing all my notes in a notebook, I would just never go back to my notebook, and I would just forget what I learned about. So here I am in the Gospels. This is what I've read so far in the New Testament. In the last couple of months, I got some fun stickers in there. A fig. These are just stickers that I had already that I found that would fit some passages, and I just thought it would be fun. The parable of the fig tree, it just fit in, so I just stuck them in there to use the stickers that I already had. Here we are in Mark. I used just like dollar store craft paper for this one. I find that I really liked the tracing paper though because it was so thin, but then you can't write on both sides because it shows through. I'm not really sure what my favorite is yet. So this is my favorite Bible when it comes to just journaling, just for adding all of my own notes. And I've added some Bible nerd notes in here and a timeline of Jewish history. So yeah, just having fun, gluing stuff in, adding some stuff like these extra ribbons. I can show you how to make extra Bible bookmarks. if you're interested, let me know. I can make a video on that. So there's this one. The second one is my Open Bible, also by Thomas Nelson. This one is the King James Version. This is the one that I was studying with before, because when I was doing a one-year Bible reading plan, I found that the easiest way for me to stay on track for that one, at that point in time in my life when my kids were younger, that I would just get up early in the morning and I would search on YouTube for the chapters that I was reading that day, and I would play it at the same time as reading it. And I found that way my thoughts would not drift off into space and it would keep me on track. So one of the things that I really love about this Bible is that for new believers, which I am going into my 6th year, I'm 5 years since I've come to Jesus now, it has a how to study the Bible section, which is really, really cool. Family Bible study, understanding God's being, understanding other spirit beings, growing in the new life, facing problems in the new life. I love that it has that basic stuff of how to start. And then this topical index is super handy. Most Bibles don't come with a topical index, but it makes it really, really easy to look up any topic that you're interested in. You can look up names in here as well, like Amariah, and you can look up anxiety, for example. Here we have betrayal, we have chastity, demon possession, iron, intrigue, intolerance. It's just so handy to have this. I just love that about this Bible. It's got a Bible reading plan. It has all the extra stuff that I love. Plus, it has it's not a study Bible, but it has these little notes sometimes at the bottom, not always. And it helps you to understand a passage, and then it always turns you, like you could go on a journey in this Bible, because it always says, now turn here, and it could take you on a journey throughout the whole Bible. Another thing that I love about this Bible, I love so many things about this Bible, is that in the book introductions, it always has this section. It can show you Christ in each book of the Bible. It can point to Christ, which is really cool to see in the Old Testament. And then in this center column here, this is the part that I use most often. It's not just cross references, but it is also words and phrases to help you understand the King James Version. So if I'm looking at chapter 2, verse 3, it says, "Yea, if thou criest after knowledge and lifteth up thy voice for understanding," it says, you can see with knowledge there's the number 1, and it says discernment. And then in 2 verses 5, it says, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God. And by fear, it means reverential awe. And so this is one of my biggest things that I just found this to be so helpful, because I fell in love with the King James Version just by listening to it on YouTube when I was doing my Bible reading plan, and I started to understand it better just by listening to it. But reading it can be hard, especially if you haven't picked up your Bible in a while and you're trying to get back into it. It can be hard to understand the King James. And so I love that it tells you waywardness, complacency, treasure, discernment, reverential awe. Like, it has all this help in the middle section, and it just really comes in handy. So if you've been thinking that you would like a King James Bible, but you're afraid you're not going to be able to understand it, this is the Bible that I would recommend. As you can see, I've really got a lot of spots in this Bible that I've highlighted and that I've taken notes in, but that there's no margin space, so I've got sticky notes instead, where I couldn't fit a lot of notes. I've got notes right up here. So I just love how it can just take you these things are really great. I really love those notes. And then I'll just show you the back really quickly. So it shows all the prophecies in the back. So you have the prophetic scripture here, the subject, and then where it was fulfilled in the New Testament. So this is really cool. If you're really interested in fulfilled prophecies, you can see them all laid out for you easily in the back of this Bible. It also shows the parables of Jesus Christ and the miracles of Jesus Christ in all 4 of the Gospels, the laws of the Bible, between the Testaments. It talks about the Apocrypha, even though this Bible does not have the Apocrypha. If you're interested in it, it has a little bit here, and the Scarlet Thread of Redemption, and then a guide to Christian workers. This would be really good for missionaries or anyone interested. Here we have a list of prayers, which is really great. You don't see that in any other Bible that I have anyway. Most of this stuff you don't see, except the concordance. A lot of Bibles have a concordance at the back. This one also has that. It has both the topical index and the concordance, which is really cool. And then that's not even all. I'm not even done yet. In between the Old Testament and the New Testament, you have this visual survey of the Bible that gives you even more information. So this is like, it's just such a unique Bible. It's not a study Bible, but it kind of is. It has all this extra information for you. I just highly recommend it in the King James Version because of all the help that it has in the center column. Because like I think I said already that I got this Bible for my husband, and it's got a lot more gaps in it in the New King James Version. It doesn't have as much information. It's not as full like the King James is with notes. This one just has so much good stuff in it. But I thought the New King James would be similar, but it's actually more like this. It has a lot of blank space. And the third one, I actually have this one covered in contact paper because I got it at the thrift store and it was really rough. It's from 1994. But this one is the Quest Study Bible, and I think it's still available on Amazon, the newer version anyway. So I'm going to show you. This one is NIV. So this one, like I said, I thrifted it. It used to belong to Barry in 1994. I just thought it was really great, and I'll show you why. This one's by Zondervan, and look, it's so ripped here, but that's okay. The Quest Study Bible is like a press conference. There's a prepared statement, the text of the Bible. In this case, it's the highly respected NIV version. And after the text is presented, readers, like reporters at a press conference, address their most pressing questions to the spokesperson. So I'll show you an example here. As you read through this Bible, it has questions on the side. And when I saw this, I thought this would be perfect for family devotions, where you read a passage of the Bible and then you say, why was ancestry so important? And you have your answer. Why couldn't those without family records serve as priests? And it just makes it a great teaching moment for kids. It's all prepared for you. You have your questions and your answers to help explain what you just read. So for example, in Proverbs 1, it says, what is wisdom? The basic idea behind wisdom is skill. And it goes on to explain that. And then it has a box down here. Should we live in terror of God? The phrase, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, is the cornerstone of Proverbs. And so it has some really good notes for explaining things to kids and also for us new believers, you know. Sometimes learning to read the Bible is like learning a new language, and I know a lot of us have a really hard time with that. Especially when you're trying to do it on your own, when you were raised in the world and not in a Christian family, and you're new to going to church and all that stuff. That is why this Bible is one of my favorites. It's also got pretty good font size, actually. I think this is a 9-point font because this one is 10 and the Open Bible is 9. So this is a really readable font. I think this one's actually bigger than this one. This might actually still be 10 or 9.5. So probably 9, 9.5, and then 10. So they all have really good size fonts. I know that an 8-point font Bible is just a little bit too small for me. You can see this Bible is really used but I don't care. I love it. And I also gave this one extra ribbons. All my Bibles have extra ribbons added. This is the Bible study that I'm doing right now. Heart Dive 365 is a Bible study on YouTube. They follow chronologically by Kanoi, and she is really, really great at explaining the context and the life application, and this is the one I've just started. I'm not planning to do it in a year, but I am checking it off as I go, and I will just finish it when I do. And you can get this plan for free on their website, heartdive.org. It's Kanoi Gibson and Holly Rigos. Highly, highly recommend that channel. I will link it down below. The sun is in my face now, so I've got my hat on, but I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Oh, and please let me know what your favorite Bible is. I would love to hear what your favorite Bible is in the comments. Bye.